This is Darnell Williams, and you're watching Wildcat Weekly.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm Jordan Meisner, and I'll be joined by Terrance Bratten on this week's show to discuss this past week's 56-21 victory over Sul Ross State. We'll also have interviews with Coach Dennis Dunn, wide receiver Darnell Williams, and defensive back Reggie Calhoun. But first, let's check out some highlights from this past week's action. The Wildcats, coming in at number 21 in the nation, set to take on a very dangerous 1-5 Sul Ross team. Just as they have all year, LC comes out hot on their first drive. Jamie Bunning connects with DeMario Parker on this pass for a first down. 2 plays later, Bunning still looking sharp as he hits Darnell Williams for 37 yards to get LC down to the 8-yard line.
Jamie Bunning.
Same drive, LC at the 1-yard line in the jumbo formation, and Nate Jansen will plow into the end zone for LC's first score, 7-0 Wildcats. Ensuing Sul Ross drive, Scotty Walden throws deep, but an unbelievable play by Eugene Jackson results in an interception, and LC is on the move once again. On this 3rd and 10 play, Bunning throws it up for his number 1 playmaker, Darnell Williams, and Darnell hauls it in, and that would not be the last that we heard from number 88 on this day. Same drive, another 3rd and long play, and Bunning is clutch once again, hitting DeMario Parker for 22 yards to keep the drive alive. Wildcats with a stable full of talented running backs to turn to from there, and this time it's Sir Derek Tyson who plunges into the end zone for a 13-yard score. Next LC drive, Bunning looking to make a play over the middle, but Johnny Brooks makes a great play to pick off the pass and bring it back for 6. Score is now 14-7 LC. Wildcats will put their hand into the turnover jar on the Lobos' next possession, however, as Broderick Frederick picks it off near the goal line and returns it 66 yards down to the 30-yard line. Great play by the junior from Capitol High School in Baton Rouge. LC's offense looks to get points off the turnover, and this 8-yard run by Ryan Montague gets them down near the goal line. Switching sides for the second quarter, that will set up Duron Bartholomew for this 1-yard touchdown, his 5th of the season, and LC is ahead 21-7 in the second quarter. One of Dennis Dunn's talented young freshmen is Ira Jewett, who took over punt return duties just a few weeks ago, and the newcomer from Shreveport, Calvary Baptist High School, reels off an outstanding 58-yard return on this play. And it seems like this guy does something amazing every single week as Ryan Montague takes the handoff and shows Sul Ross's taillights on his way to a 53-yard touchdown run. Number 7 on the year for Montague. Wildcats are now up 28-7. And here's one of the finer defensive plays you will see from a collegiate defensive back this season. Watch as number 7, Reggie Calhoun, rips the ball away from Dominique Carson. And just like another defensive back that wears number 7 in Louisiana, Calhoun takes what he wants and helps LC take a 35-7 lead with just over 4 minutes left until halftime. Just 30 seconds left before the half, and LC is on the hunt once again. Bunning in the shotgun delivers a dart to Darnell Williams, and the Lobos will see nothing but the back of his jersey from there. He goes 87 yards right before halftime to give LC a commanding 42-7 lead. Turning to second half action, Sul Ross ball on 4th and 3. Scotty Walden hooks up with Lee Carruthers for 32 yards to get the Lobos inside the 5-yard line. Very next play, Dominique Carson takes the handoff and leapfrogs into the end zone to make it 42-14. Eugene Jackson would strike once again on the Lobos' next drive as he picks off yet another Scotty Walden pass to shut down the Sul Ross drive. Wildcats will look to turn Jackson's interception into 7 more points as Bunning hits Dane Reeves on first down for 15 yards. Bunning would show off a little athleticism a few plays later as he tucks and runs for 11 yards. The helmet flies off, but Wildcats are at the 8-yard line looking to capitalize. 3 plays later, Tim Curry in for Bunning, and he connects with Reeves for an 8-yard touchdown. LC still in command, 49-14. Moving on to fourth quarter action, Kyle Jackson completes a shovel pass to Donnell Towers for a 10-yard score to draw Sul Ross a little closer, 49-21. Ensuing LC drive, Tim Curry still in at quarterback, and yet another new face is Maurice Cooper. Watch the explosion from the freshman out of Bogalusa as he beats everyone to the pylon for a 38-yard score. 56-21 Cats on Cooper's first career touchdown. LC's defense will look to shut it down from there, and Brandon Love does just that as the freshman picks off the 4th Lobo pass of the day. and the Wildcats come out victorious with a 56-21 final score. And I'm joined on this week's show, as always, by LC sophomore defensive end Terrance Bratten. Now, Terrence mentioned last week's show that this is probably the best one-win team in the country in Sul Ross.
Yes, and I think that they showed that Saturday. They had a few very decent athletes. Their running back was very good. He was in the top in the conference as far as rushing yards. They had an amazing receiver who also leads the conference in receptions. And they fought very hard, but as it was expected, we were supposed to dominate that game, and I think that we established the dominance.
Now, some people mentioned in this game that maybe y'all looked a little sluggish in the first half as y'all went about 6 straight drives and really didn't get a whole lot of yards, but you come out with a big victory.
Yes, and that's very important, especially going into this week. We have to travel to Seguin, Texas to play Texas Lutheran, a football team that has very high confidence right now, especially after coming off a victory beating East Texas Baptist, and we saw the athletes that they had. So this win Saturday was very important because we're going to carry that momentum into this week's game.
Now, we had a chance to talk to Darnell Williams about this past week's performance, so we'll see what they had to say.
Darnell, coming into this game, what was the focus in beating Sul Ross?
Really, the focus was just getting the job done. We had certain players that we knew was going to run against them, that we knew that was going to work, and we just stuck to the game plan.
All right, now individually you had a pretty big game. You had 7 catches for over 200 yards. How does that make you feel today?
I feel normal. I mean, Coach Dunn he expected of me, the team expected of it, so I just try to feel everybody what they expect.
All right, now we're in a good position in this conference as of now, and next week we have Texas Lutheran down at their place. What is it going to take to take care of this team and move on to the next step?
I mean, you know for a fact it's going to take focus. I mean, that's what we got to take. Tell you a good team, and you know, as a team, we got to go out there and take care of business. So that's the plan.
All right, thanks, Darnell.
Right.
And I'm Terrance Bratten. You're watching WildcatWeekly.com.
All right. Hey, can I ask you one more question? Seemed like you guys were focusing on those plays over the middle. Was there just a weakness that you kind of saw?
Okay.
Was there a weakness you saw in their defensive scheme?
Yeah, the plays over the middle, they corners played butt to the sideline, no safety. So in a post, dig, slant, all that was there. So that was really the game plan for the whole week.
All right, Terrence, so we look on your side of the ball on defense. You gave up 360 yards this week, maybe a little bit more than you gave up in the past week, but 5 turnovers on defense this week.
Right, and that goes into the hands of pressure causes interceptions and great coverage causes sacks. But this week, it was just great pressure that caused interceptions because we only had like 1 sack in the game. The quarterback was really forcing the ball out of his hand, and he was paying the price for that. I think we had like 4 interceptions on defense, so turnovers are a big part of the game.
Yeah, 4 interceptions on defense and that excellent fumble recovery and the score by Reggie Calhoun. That's just a big-time play by that guy.
Probably the biggest play I've seen him make this year by far. I mean, and that's a drill that we were practicing all week, stripping the ball, recovering it, and running towards our end zone. So that just shows that practice pays off.
Now, Reggie's the type of guy, he's so good as a cornerback that sometimes you don't even notice he's in the game because they hardly ever throw to his side, but he comes in there and makes a big-time play by a big-time player.
Yes, big players make big plays, and I think Reggie Calhoun displayed that Saturday night.
All right, Terrence, now we look ahead to next week against Texas Lutheran. Now, you've watched a little bit of film on them this week, and what are they bringing to the table?
They're going to bring a very disciplined football team. The offense is very tough. The quarterback is very tough. They have a great running back, and their offensive line is big. But also, they're not fundamentally sound, so we should beat them in that aspect of the game. But it's not going to be easy. We played them on their homecoming, so you know they're going to be looking forward to bringing something special to the table.
Now, maybe the most important part about that game is LC right now is number 21 in the polls, and with that week after that, after Texas Lutheran and looming, that's the McMurray game, and that's going to be one of the most hyped up games in a long time here at LC. So not overlooking Texas Lutheran is going to be a big obstacle this week.
Right. Texas Lutheran is going to be a great obstacle. We should take care of them, and once we take care of them, our next opponent is McMurray. We're not focusing on them right now, but that will be a great game. Basketball on air to just be passing all day, so it's something to look forward to.
All right, thank you, Terrence, for being on the show this week. For Briar Barton, Tyler Ray, Spencer Crispin, and Al Quartermont, I'm Jordan Meisner for Wildcat Weekly.
Madonna Veras.
I'm Josh Bonadonna, and you're watching Wildcats Weekly on wildcatsmedia.com.
For Briar Barton, Tyler Ray, Spencer Crispin, and Al Quartermont, I'm Jordan Meisner for Wildcat Weekly.
Go! Let go! Let go! Let go!
Dead coming!
Got it! Oh! Touchdown!
Look all that is right there. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, the Bears are up for. That's what it's going to be. That's right, boys.
I'm Briar Barton. You're watching Wildcat Weekly on wildcatsmedia.com.